Good morning. Today's focus is on the Eurodollar, what customers are looking at, and we have the spot as a daily chart today. The thing I want you to focus on is that red square, which is a negative signal based on stochastic divergence. But more importantly is that big blue square that's above it. And what this is one of our pretty rare signals, which is called a range relativity extreme. And I'm just going to explain what that is. So it looks a little bit messy, but what we're doing here is we're taking range deviation pivots across multiple time frames. So it goes from the weekly all the way up to the annual levels, and it creates one level above and one level below. So you'll always see two of each. What's happened here is an extreme from this rally that began a few months ago now, and it has to fulfill a few criteria. So the first thing is that the monthly, which is the blue line, has to be above the quarterly, which is the pink line. It also has to be above the semi-annual, which is the brown line. And if there is enough data, it's not essential, above the red line as well, which is the annual. It's a long way above that one. And then finally what starts to happen is the weekly, which is the black line. The high level is greater than the high level of the monthly. So you can see in the previous month, we never quite got there. We did pop above, but the weekly level was never actually a target above the monthly, but it was this week. And then what happens is we close below the weekly low level, which is what happened yesterday. So that's why that square appeared. What we like to see is whether it stays below there into the end of the week. The key level that we're watching is 119.84. If I go to the futures, we use equalized active continuations so that the data adjusts via rollovers. And what's happened here is we had a very long-term target, a monthly resistance point. This dates back way. Yeah. So if I scroll back, that's going all the way to October 2015. So a very big level. And we got up there and we stalled. So we did it last month, had a shooting star doji, I think you call that. We retraced back down and then we've come back up to it. Now, I think as I mentioned earlier, I think last week, I said if we actually manage to close above this high and this high, this would signal a new leg higher. But as we're retracing back down so far on the futures, it's failing at that point. So pretty important to us, 119.84.